Most of us think about our jobs in deeply personal, often isolated terms. We clock in, perform our tasks, and collect a paycheck to secure our own individual survival. The modern mindset treats careers as solo missions for personal wealth. But early 20th century psychologist Alfred Adler saw human life differently. He argued that every single person is bound by three inescapable constraints, the first of which shatters the idea that we can ever truly work alone.
Let's look at the data. We like to believe we are self-made, but isolation is a biological illusion. Adler called this first constraint earthly survival. Take a look at what happens when we try to break this rule.
That first constraint is earthly survival. Because human beings are confined to the surface of this planet, our physical existence requires constantly extracting its resources. We have to alter our environment, develop our bodies, and secure a daily way of life just to stay alive. Adler recognized a harsh biological reality. A single human being, stripped of all outside help, is remarkably fragile. Trying to wrestle enough food, shelter, and security out of the earth entirely by yourself is an impossible struggle. Our daily labor functions as a vital gear within a massive survival system.
Think about a person in your life who locks themselves away at the office, using endless tasks as an excuse to avoid real intimacy. They aren't dedicated. They are weaponizing their career to hide from the messiness of human connection. Whether you are obsessively hiding behind work or actively dodging your financial responsibilities, you are failing the core task of living. You are treating a shared human network as a solo battleground. Here is how Adler explained the mechanism behind this flaw.
To solve the problem of survival, Adler noted that we are forced to tackle a second life task, social fellowship. You simply cannot secure a sustainable occupation in total isolation. Necessity drove early humans to cooperate, and that cooperation yielded humanity's most powerful survival mechanism. We discovered the division of labor. Instead of everyone trying to do everything poorly, this system organizes our diverse, specialized talents. It deliberately compensates for our individual physical or mental weaknesses by linking us with people who have the strengths we lack. By weaving our efforts together, the resulting structure secures our collective welfare. The only reason your individual survival is guaranteed is because the broader network is functioning smoothly around you. Adler suggests that because the network is our primary source of security, the best way to solve your own occupational struggle is through social fellowship. By working for the benefit of the grid, you secure your own place within the system that keeps you alive. Preparation starts extremely early. In early childhood development, a child's mother typically acts as the very first influence, gently shaping their initial occupational interests and introducing them to the wider world. Even seemingly unstructured childhood hobbies provide a solid foundation for adult success. When you ask children what they want to be when they grow up, listen closely to their answers. Their choices reveal deep-seated strategies for how they hope to secure a safe, stable place in the world. As children grow, the school system takes over. Schools provide the necessary secondary training, fine-tuning the physical senses, the hands, ears, and eyes, and equipping students with the practical knowledge required to participate in society. But this network requires active participation.
Think about a person in your life who constantly brags about their exhausting 80-hour work week, or perhaps someone who completely refuses to contribute a single dime to the household. Adler discovered that both of these individuals are suffering from the exact same disease, a total lack of social interest. They are terrified of failing the collective, so they hide. One hides by doing absolutely nothing, while the other hides by doing absolutely everything. Watch how neatly the human psyche sabotages itself when it refuses to cooperate.
When individuals lack what Adler called social interest, the occupational task breaks down in two distinct, destructive ways. Highly pampered individuals will often actively dodge their responsibilities, living off the fruits of others' labor. The opposite extreme is equally damaging. The neurotic workaholic immerses themselves in the office day and night. They use their constant professional demands as an impenetrable shield, isolating themselves from the unpredictable, messy challenges of everyday human life. If your primary goal in choosing an occupation is solely to extract money without any genuine interest in the society around you, you are walking a flawed path that actively works against true cooperation. Adler argued that the specific title, prestige, or status of your job matters very little in the end. What actually matters is that the work you do is practically useful and yields some measurable benefit to humanity. True occupational mastery is refreshingly simple. It means finding a practically useful role within the division of labor and fulfilling it reliably. The daily grind is how we prove our value as contributing partners to human society. Our labor is the mechanism that allows us to live together.
Adler argued that the specific title, prestige, or status of your job matters very little in the end. What actually matters is that the work you do is practically useful to the human collective. But what happens when an individual's psychological framework collapses completely under this pressure, turning their hidden feelings of inadequacy into a toxic weapon? That is the dangerous mechanism of the superiority complex. Click right here to look directly at the data.